Happiness is a continuation of happenings which are not resisted. The way you think, the way you behave, the way you eat, can influence your life by 30 to 50 years. There are no extra pieces in the universe. Everyone is here because he or she has a place to fill, and every piece must fit itself into the big jigsaw puzzle. Life gives you plenty of time to do whatever you want to do if you stay in the present moment. Enlightened leadership is spiritual if we understand spirituality not as some kind of religious dogma or ideology, but as the domain of awareness where we experience values like truth, goodness, beauty, love, and compassion, and also intuition, creativity, insight, and focused attention. There is no fixed physical reality, no single perception of the world, just numerous ways of interpreting worldviews as dictated by one's nervous system and the specific environment of our planetary existence. Our minds influence the key activity of the brain, which then influences everything: perception, cognition, thoughts and feelings, personal relationships. They're all a projection of you. Always go with your passions. Never ask yourself if it's realistic or not. Success comes when people act together. Failure tends to happen alone. You and I are essentially infinite choice makers. In every moment of our existence, we are in that field of all possibilities where we have access to an infinity of choices. Nothing is more important than reconnecting with your bliss. Nothing is as rich. Nothing is more real. In the midst of movement and chaos, keep stillness inside of you. No solution can ever be found by running in 3 different directions. In moments of transcendence, when time stands still, your biological clock will stop. The spirit is that domain of our awareness where there is no time. We are not victims of aging, sickness, and death. These are part of scenery, not the seer, who is immune to any form of change. This seer is the spirit, the expression of eternal being. You can't make positive choices for the rest of your life without an environment that makes those choices easy, natural, and enjoyable. The less you open your heart to others, the more your heart suffers. Karma, memory, and desire are just the software of the soul. It's conditioning that the soul undergoes in order to create experience. And it's a cycle. In most people, the cycle is a conditioned response. They do the same things over and over again. But the real secret to lifelong good health is actually the opposite. Let your body take care of you. The world sometimes feels like an insane asylum. You can decide whether you want to be an inmate or pick up your visitor's badge. You can be in the world but not engage in the melodrama of it. You can become a spiritual being having a human experience thoroughly and fully. Every person is a god in embryo. Its only desire is to be born. I teach people that no matter what the situation is, no matter how chaotic, no matter how much drama is around you, you can heal by your presence if you just stay within your center. To think is to practice brain chemistry. Karma is experience, and experience creates memory, and memory creates imagination and desire creates karma again. If I buy a cup of coffee, that's karma. I now have that memory that might give me the potential desire for having cappuccino, and I walk into Starbucks, and there's karma all over again. The highest levels of performance come to people who are centered, intuitive, creative, and reflective, people who know to see a problem as an opportunity. Research has shown that the best way to be happy is to make each day happy. Modern medicine, for all its advances, knows less than 10% of what your body knows instinctively. The symbolic language of the crucifixion is the death of the old paradigm. Resurrection is a leap into a whole new way of thinking. Although we take it for granted, sanitation is a physical measure that has probably done more to increase human lifespan than any kind of drug or surgery. New Age values are conscious evolution, a non-sectarian society, a non-military culture, global sharing, healing the environment, sustainable economies, self-determination, social justice, economic empowerment of the poor, love, compassion in action, going beyond religious fundamentalism, going beyond nationalism, extreme nationalism, culture. Ultimately, spiritual awareness unfolds when you're flexible, when you're spontaneous, when you're detached, when you're easy on yourself and easy on others. I've worked all my life on the subject of awareness, whether it's awareness of the body, awareness of the mind, awareness of your emotions, awareness of your relationships, or awareness of your environment. I think the key to transforming your life is to be aware of who you are. If you want to do really important things in life and big things in life, you can't do anything by yourself. And your best teams are your friends and your siblings. Meditation makes the entire nervous system go into a field of coherence. It takes a little bit of mindfulness and a little bit of attention to others to be a good listener, which helps cultivate emotional nurturing and engagement. People need to know that they have all the tools within themselves. Self-awareness, which means awareness of their body, awareness of their mental space, awareness of their relationships, not only with each other, but with life and the ecosystem. A person is a pattern of behavior, of a larger awareness. I have all the time in the world. I am in touch with the timeless. I am surrounded by infinity. When I think like that, it doesn't mean I'm going to miss my train. It just means that I'm not thinking about it right now because I'm speaking to you. We can actually accelerate the process through meditation, through the ability to find stillness through loving actions, through compassion and sharing, through understanding the nature of the creative process in the universe and having a sense of connection to it. So, that's conscious evolution. Wall Street is broken for sure because it succumbed to greed and corruption and pure speculation with no values. If you and I are having a single thought of violence or hatred against anyone in the world at this moment, we are contributing to the wounding of the world. Traditional Islam is a mixture of all obedience to Allah, and if that requires militancy, so be it. Self-awareness is not just relaxation and not just meditation. It must combine relaxation with activity and dynamism. Technology can aid that. Karma is only in space-time and causality. Your real self resides non-locally. The fear of death comes from limited awareness. We must go beyond the constant clamor of ego, beyond the tools of logic and reason, to the still, calm place within us, the realm of the soul. The real key is to live in an environment where the mind feels free to choose the right thing instead of being compelled by habit and inertia to choose the wrong thing. Globalism began as a vision of a world with free trade, shared prosperity, and open borders. These are good, even noble things to aim for. Karma, when properly understood, is just the mechanics through which consciousness manifests. Traditional science assumes, for the most part, that an objective observer-independent reality exists. The universe, stars, galaxies, sun, moon and earth would still be there if no one was looking. I feel genius in great works of art. I have seen medical cures that science can't explain, some seemingly triggered by faith. The same is true of millions of other people. Before a brain can register a thought, a mind must think it. Every step of the way is mind over matter. We override our brains all the time. Your immune cells are like a circulating nervous system. Your nervous system, in fact, is a circulating nervous system. It thinks. It's conscious. It is the nature of babies to be in bliss. Mature workers are less impulsive, less reactive, more creative, and more centered.